Welcome back, you guys. How you all doing today? In today's News Daily video, I'm going to focus on two stories, but there are going to be a lot more news stories to come out today in separate videos because, I'm trying to keep things more manageable and not have these videos being 20-30 minutes long. So for today's stories, I'm going to speak about the new 4th kit leaks and HUDSON ODOI's exclusive interview talking about his progress this season. So you guys, we've got a ton of things to break down. This is going to be a very busy day on Blue Lions TV, and without wasting any more time, we start with the first story today. Whenever there's news of new kit leaks, there's only one trusted source to always go to, and that is Footy Headlines. Now, as they've revealed today, new 4th kit info leaked, and it seems like the 4th kit jersey's colorway will be based on the Air Max 2070s. Now, if you're asking me, I don't know the correlation between Chelsea Football Club and the Air Maxes in particular, other than pure vibes, but to be honest, I'm okay with that. I'm all here for it, and to be honest, I can see the potential for how saucy this kit is going to look like once it comes out very soon. Now, Footy Headlines do have an illustrative example of how it could look like, and when you look at the shoes itself, I think we can kind of imagine how this kit could potentially look like. Now, of course, you guys, once this kit is finally available, you know where to come to. Use my affiliate links, use my discount codes. I'm here to hook you guys up, but like all of you, I am patiently anticipating the launch of this kit. And the minute I get news of when it's coming out, expect to hear it first on Blue Lions TV. But anyway, you guys, comment below, do you like the potential of this 4th kit? And if you do, are you going to cop it, yes or no? Now, we move on to the second story, and that's in regards to HUDSON ODOI's exclusive interview in the match program that will come out for the game vs Morecambe. Now, for this match program in particular, I strongly recommend ordering it right now. You can do that online because it is going to have a very special tribute to our former manager in Tommy Doherty. Now, one thing I love about our club is how we respect our history and constantly try to highlight it. So if you guys want to get some understanding and, just get a feel for how we used to be back in the day, this is the program to get you guys. But to get back to the main interview from the program, let's see what HUDSON ODOI had to say. And for this segment, you guys, I'm going to read through his quotes and then give my thoughts and opinions at the end of it. So let's read it out, you guys. As Callum states, I feel like I'm getting more confident day by day. I feel like I'm getting over my injury much more now, and I'm feeling more free. Now, I'm going to come back to this later on, you guys, but let me just continue on. I'm confident in what I'm doing, and now I need to keep working hard, keep showing myself on the field, and keep proving that I can become better and better. As a dribbler, I love to receive the ball as quickly as possible and try to do what I need to do to get past the defender, but it's not always about dribbling. Sometimes it's about opening the game up, finding a pass quickly, inside, and creating space for your teammates. You want to be unpredictable. You don't want every defender to guess what you're about to do. I like to mix it up, play 1-2s, switch your play. Even if it's driving with the ball inside, creating a chance from there, I try to find a variety of different ways to play to get through on goal. They were the quotes from the interview, and now you guys, I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions behind these quotes. This season, Lampard has faced a lot of criticism because a lot of fans feel like he is not being fair towards HUDSON ODOI. But what if this was not the most accurate take on the current situation? What if this was an example of Lampard having a long-term plan to get a player that he really believes in HUDSON ODOI to get back to his full best? Because let's not forget, when Frank Lampard first came, he had long discussions with HUDSON ODOI to show him why he was going to have a long-term future at this club. And last season, we all expected to see more from Callum, but unfortunately, there were many reasons behind why that never happens. Now, one thing that I feel that as fans we can fall into that trap of doing is not really respecting and understanding the difficulties it takes to recover from a serious injury. HUDSON ODOI had an Achilles injury, which meant that that's going to affect how he runs with the ball, how he plays, and of course his confidence to attempt things in game due to fears like picking up more injuries. And last season, Lampard played HUDSON ODOI quite quickly, and as we saw last season, HUDSON ODOI was not showing his best form. I seem to remember from the fan base in particular, there was a ton of abuse sent towards him for a very long time throughout last season, which of course this season is absolutely forgotten about because accountability doesn't really exist with most football fans. But again, just so I can remind a lot of people about what Hudson Odoi was facing last season, here's an extract from The Athletic, as you guys can see on screen. Here, this is from Liam Toomey, and as the quote says, "The Southampton game is not the first time Hudson Odoi has been the subject of criticism on social media this season. Sources have told The Athletic he has become aware of the abuse and has been speaking to teammates about it, seeking some reassurance." Now, this is the reality. Hudson Odoi, he felt the pressure from the abuse he was receiving, and it was entirely unfair because the player needed a lot more time to get back to full speed. Now, what's funny was that no one had any complaints of Lampard rushing him back last season, where maybe a game plan, a long-term game plan was key to get Callum playing to his very best. And one of the main reasons behind why people did not accept the context behind Hudson Odoi's form last season was due to examples like this. I'm going to block out the Twitter account, even though it's an Avi and it's not even the guy's real name, but he's saying, "I'm sympathetic, but if your agent is out there drumming up transfer deals and XYZs, then I don't really care." And that was the thing that was held against Callum last season. He was called a mercenary, he was called a money grabber. Holding the club to ransom was the most popular thing that was said for over a year on Hudson Odoi. So, is it any surprise that his form was quite inconsistent considering the pressure he was feeling, considering he wasn't even back to his full best with his body, and considering some other lifestyle things like fake rape allegations that only put more public pressure on the player and only brought forward more abuse? So if I was the manager, if I know I have a player I absolutely love and has extremely high class, world class potential, I'm going to come with a plan to get him back to his full speed. And I think we're seeing evidence of this, clear evidence of this season, because Callum has been getting game time in cup games, and considering that he was not able to show his best when he was rushed back, this could be the best way for him to slowly build his confidence with his body and his football and to improve his overall game, which Callum is now starting to do. So I'm sorry, I am totally against this notion that there's this favoritism that Lampard has. There's this issue that he has against Hudson Odoi. For me, it's this typical thing of just agenda-fueled conclusions that aren't really based on the facts or the reality, because if there really was an issue, we would have seen reports coming out over the months of Hudson Odoi being unhappy and more interest coming from Bayern Munich, which hasn't been the case. So, I don't know, that's my take on things, and I do believe that soon Hudson Odoi will be a first-team starter, because when you see how he plays now, his pressing from the front is ridiculous. I mean, physically, he's bulked up even more. He's got his pace back. He's looking to take the ball past men. His decision making in the final third, these are things that I praised about the player's game for a very long time. And it's really no surprise to me that a club like Bayern Munich have consistently over the years tried their very best to sign him, because there's not many wingers, young wingers his age and Hudson Odoi, who play like they're grown men. Hudson Odoi, his decision making in the final third is excellent for someone so young, and his overall games, again, as he described himself, he can do a lot of things that most young wingers just can't do. The only thing that he has to add to his game, which is clearly being worked on, is his finishing, because I watched this kid play when he was 16, and the one thing he hasn't translated just yet is his finishing ability at the top, but it's soon to come. He's soon to blow up, and I don't know, I'd be interested to read people's thoughts and opinions in the comment section, because for me, there's been so much negativity in regards to Lampard's use of Callum, which just hasn't been fair, in my personal opinion. And, when the players come out today himself stating that he feels good and feels like he's getting back to his best, and, as the quotes state, you guys, I feel like I'm getting over my injury much more now. Callum did not say, I have fully got over my injury. As he said, I feel like I'm getting over my injury much more now. Hence the reason for having a game plan to get him back to his full best. Hence the reason behind his incredible form. And hence the reason why we will see him adorning the first team very, very soon. As usual, a lack of patience and entitlement constantly means that people keep missing the point. But you guys, that was my news today. Of course, expect more videos to come out. I've got even more news stories to come. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos.